price or your mattress is free.
Transformers Dark of the Moon, behind the shocking stunts, next ET.
In high definition, this is CBS 2 News at 6 a.m.
A bombshell in the Brian Stowe beating. CBS 2 News has learned the suspect Giovanni Ramirez is under investigation for attempted murder in another case.
Breaking news in San Pedro, a live picture right here. Residents evacuated right at this hour after a deadly shooting. We are live on the scene. We're going to bring you an update.
And there's a reverse camera view of the Space Shuttle Endeavour as it's coming in for a landing. Gear down and locked.
And the Space Shuttle Endeavour lands in Florida for a long layover before heading to its final destination right here in Exposition Park.
Welcome home, boys, or men. Boys to men, there's 6 of them. Good morning, welcome to CBS 2 News at 6 a.m. on this Wednesday, June 1st. I'm Kent Schockner.
And I'm Lisa Siegel in for Sevilla Vargas. Morning, everyone. We have your morning traffic and weather together, but we're going to start with some breaking news.
It is our top story on CBS 2 News, and it is breaking news. We're live this morning in San Pedro. You can see the police tape up right here at this intersection, and a lot of LAPD squad cars. An LAPD SWAT team has just served a search warrant on an apartment building. This is near Gaffey and Alma in San Pedro. An early morning turnout. Look at this. This is a big police presence, all part of an investigation into a deadly shooting of a San Pedro man yesterday. Some residents in this area have been evacuated as a precaution. Now, yesterday, when we first reported on this story yesterday morning, police had found the body of a 28-year-old man, Amado Lozano Jr., inside his apartment here. And at first, detectives seemed baffled by the crime. They spent all day at the crime scene. Now, clearly, they're making progress this morning. We're going to continue to follow this SWAT turnout and evacuation here on CBS 2 News. We're just now getting additional word that there may be a barricaded suspect inside. So this evacuation continues this morning in this neighborhood in San Pedro. This is near Gaffey and Alma. We are live on the scene. Is there a suspect inside? We're going to find out the latest as we continue to monitor this story right here on CBS 2 News. Right now, though, let's check your morning weather. We check in the Weather Center with Josh.
Good morning, Kent. We are talking about some clouds rolling in. In fact, on that picture of the shuttle you saw landing, it looked like a kind of a black and white picture. That's an infrared picture where it measures the heat signature. Well, that's exactly what we use for our satellite imagery here. That's infrared. We see the colder white color there. That's colder cloud tops. Where you see the more the darker color, that's going to be a warmer area and low clouds. So we see some lower clouds along the coast. You see that high cloud cover moving through really Riverside and San Bernardino County, clearing out in Orange County as we speak. What do you need to know to get out the door? Well, it's going to be in the 50s right now. 30s up on our mountains, clouds in the beaches and into the basin. Not so much the valleys. Valleys looking clear this morning. As we make our way through the day today, temperatures running a little bit below average to about 70 to 75 in our inland areas, 60s right at the coast. We are looking at temperatures that will warm up a little bit for the end of the week. I'll have details on that in just a couple of minutes. But first, details on what has now turned into some busy stuff going on the roads, right?
Yes, semi-busy. As we go live to Sky 2, we're going to check in with my case right now. We're over the 101 at Vermont. This is the portion of the 101 that we call the Hollywood Freeway. Mike, how's it looking out there?
Whitney, good morning. And southbound taillights here all the way to the East LA, or the 4-level interchange. Looks like it's pretty good shape here. A little bit of crowding around the 4-level. We checked some of the freeways here. San Fernando Valley getting down here. The 170 in good shape here from the 5 interchange. Whitney?
Yeah, everything in fairly good shape right now in Southern California. So that is good news for your commute. Thank you, Mike. We do have this crash on the westbound 91 at May. No word if it's blocking any lanes, but we are seeing some slowing in that westbound direction right now, as you can see. And getting just a slight tap on the brakes on that 105 as you make your way towards LAX. Looks like 40 miles per hour will be your top speeds there, so go ahead and plan ahead if you do need to catch a flight. Kent, back to you.
Good to know, Whitney. Thanks. Good job. Only on CBS 2, bombshell developments in the case of the Dodger Stadium beating suspect. His name, Giovanni Ramirez. It turns out he also is a suspect in another case, this one attempted murder. CBS 2's Christine Lazar this morning is live at Parker Center, the old police headquarters downtown, where Ramirez is set to take a polygraph test later on today in the Dodgers case. Christine?
That is correct, Kent. He is expected to take that lie detector test on the 3rd floor here at Parker Center. Now, yesterday, his attorneys tell us that they handed over several documents to both the DA and detectives, some cell phone records, also a list of what they say are 11 alibi witnesses. They want Ramirez to take this test because they say he is innocent, but we have now learned that he is a suspect in yet another attempted murder. 2 months before Brian Stowe was nearly beaten to death at Dodger Stadium, a source confirms that Giovanni Ramirez is a named suspect in a Nevada shooting. CBS 2 and KCAL 9 obtained this police report from Henderson, Nevada. That's just 20 miles from Las Vegas, which identifies a man named Giovanni Ramirez as one of 2 suspects in the shooting. While Giovanni is spelled differently, possibly a clerical error, his birth date and suspect description match. According to our source, it was a premeditated shooting, with suspect Giovanni Ramirez trying to retaliate for the 2005 death of his daughter, a death that the child's uncle admits going to prison for. The report says on January 19th of this year, the suspect named Ramirez and another man went to this home in Henderson, claiming to be police officers with badges. According to the police report, the man identified as being Ramirez was seen wearing a black hoodie-type jacket with a blue LA Dodgers baseball cap. We asked LAPD Chief Charlie Beck about other police jurisdictions possibly looking at Ramirez.
It's not only a complicated case, but this Ramirez has a complicated life, so we're trying to resolve those issues.
So it wouldn't be false to say that he has problems out of state that you're aware of?
It would not be false.
This new information comes on the heels of a scheduled lie detector test for Ramirez today. His family and defense attorney insist he is being wrongly accused for the Dodger Stadium beating on opening day and have demanded he take the test to prove his innocence. And Ramirez is being held on a parole violation. That is for having a gun when police arrested him and also for giving them the wrong address as to where he was living. So they can hold him on that, and they expect he will be behind bars for about a year on that. That's why Police Chief Beck says there's no rush in charging him with Brian Stowe's beating. They want to get all of their case together, collect all of their evidence before they hand it over to the district attorney. Live downtown, I'm Christine Lazar, CBS 2 News.
All right, thanks, Christine. Well, you can see it right behind me. The crew of Space Shuttle Endeavour is home after a successful landing late last night. And now the shuttle will head here right to Southern California. CBS 2's Kirk Hawkins live in Exposition Park with details and how fundraising is going.
Well, Lisa, officials here at the California Science Center say that their fundraising mission so far is going well and they're making progress. They expect that they'll meet their target just as the space shuttle did a couple hours ago. Take a look.
Sad to see her land for the last time, but she really has a great legacy.
Shuttle Endeavour glided onto the tarmac at Kennedy Space Center early this morning. The shuttle's 6-member crew spent more than 2 weeks in orbit. Astronauts conducted 4 spacewalks and installed a $2 billion physics experiment on the International Space Station. It was the shuttle's 25th and final mission. The shuttle's next stop will be at the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Officials say they're now brainstorming fundraising ideas for a new exhibit.
I'd say we're better than halfway there and have a lot of good proposals out and good discussions going on with people.
The California Science Center says it will cost $29 million to bring the shuttle to Exposition Park next year. A new exhibit will take 5 years to build and cost close to $200 million. The museum was chosen 7 weeks ago as the new home for Endeavour. And you think you drive a lot? Well, Shuttle Endeavour's odometer, if it even has one for that matter, has close to 123 million miles. Live in Exposition Park, Kirk Hawkins, CBS 2 News.
We think it's out of warranty. It's a good thing it's down for good. Kirk, thanks. Riverside County Sheriff's deputies this morning will be back at Lake Elsinore for a 3rd day today. They're searching for a boater who disappeared over Memorial Day weekend. Gammy Nunez of Rancho Cucamonga is believed to have drowned on Sunday. His family has spent anxious days nearby as search teams continue combing the waters. Nunez was on the lake with his wife and 2 children when rough weather suddenly developed. Their boat was swamped, and Nunez, a former lifeguard, apparently tried to swim to shore. A jury is recommending death for James Fayed. Fayed was convicted of hiring a hitman to kill his estranged wife, Pamela, in a Century City parking garage back in 2008. Prosecutors say she was killed to avoid a costly divorce settlement and also to keep her from talking to investigators who were looking into her husband's gold business. A judge will have the final say on Fayed's sentence.
Well, the time now is 6:08. Coming up on CBS 2 News at 6 a.m., Republicans head to the White House this morning to talk about debt limits and spending cuts with President Obama.
Good morning, I'm Mike Case up at Sky 2. Beautiful sunrise over a little bit of a hazy sky here over Compton. We're on our way down to San Pedro for that breaking story, and we'll have that when we come back with more CBS 2 News.
Aerial coverage from Sky 2 is brought to you by Stater Brothers.
All new Dr. Phil, a guest tries to take charge.
She wanted me to stop the show.
Plus, Josie is back.
You can work more insults into a sentence than anybody I know.
Today at 4 on CBS 2.
Mandatory evacuation.
Vehicle upside down with injuries.
Physical challenges we face.
KNX 1070. All news, all the time. Depend on Southern California's only all-news radio station. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Hi, I'm Coupon Susie, and I want you to know something surprising is happening in stores everywhere. Things shoppers want are going on sale when they want them. See what I mean? Save as much as $40 or more every week. Choose from hundreds of free coupons right on your computer. Just click and print. It all starts at CouponSusie.com. Print at home. Save where you shop. CouponSusie.com.
More people choose Ashley Furniture Home Store.
When Ashley Furniture Home Store says get more without paying more, they really
mean it. During our biggest Memorial Day celebration ever. Save 20% off everything in the store. Plus, no interest, no minimum purchase, no down payment if paid in full within 24 months. This sale is so big, we had to extend it. Don't miss amazing deals throughout the store. For one more week only. Sale ends Monday, June 6th at 9 p.m. Hurry into any one of our 10 convenient locations.
Coming to Legoland, I sense something. New Star Wars Miniland. See 7 of your favorite Star Wars scenes built entirely out of Lego bricks. So activate your lightsaber. Jedi wanted. Adventurers wanted. Explorers wanted. Heroes wanted. Free child ticket with paid adult ticket with any purchase at participating KFC restaurants. And for some wet fun, the Legoland Water Park is now open.
More destinations, more comfort with Economy Plus and flatbed seats. More ways to earn and use miles. Who's merging isn't nearly as exciting as what's emerging. United. You're going to like where we land.
And at 6:11, it's 52 degrees here in Studio City. Let's run through our microclimates here. We do it every day at about this time. Temperatures into the 60s, 67, 69, a little bit warmer as we make our way towards the end of the week. We've got this system pushing through, and then we're going to cool it off again over the weekend in some cases. Now, we are looking at our valley temperatures where it's not too bad, 75. A little better tomorrow and Friday, 79 and 83. So nice way to end the work week. But you see how things cool off as that next trough moves into the area. How about the high desert? 75, 74. Again, nice Friday. Friday looking like the best day out of the next 5. Weekend looking okay right now. It kind of depends on how this low moves in. Right now it looks like it's cutting off. If it holds off, we still may be able to salvage a decent weekend. That's a look at your forecast now. What's going on the roads? Whitney Droling has the answer.
I do, thank you, Josh. It's been pretty quiet this morning, although we do have some lingering construction. First, a live look from our Caltrans camera on the 91 at Maple. Look at your westbound commute. It is very, very heavy right now, so plan ahead out there. Eastbound 10 between the 5 and the 710. 4 right lanes remain closed due to a construction project. And Caltrans was hoping to have this wrapped up at 6. It is still lingering. Westbound 210 to the southbound 57, and that is going to cause you a little bit of slowing. Lisa, back to you.
I'll get it out of the way. All right, Whitney, thanks. 6:12 right now, coming up on CBS 2 News at 6 a.m. If you're willing to sink a ton of cash into the trip, we're going to show you how you can see the Titanic in real life.
Good morning, I'm Mike Case up at Sky 2. We've made our way down to San Pedro, the Vincent Thomas Bridge. Island Express getting ready to head out to Catalina. We'll be back with more CBS 2 News.
I'm Neil. Leeds Mattress Stores are having a Memorial Day markdown month on Serta, Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, Leeds, and Tempur-Pedic. Leeds will beat your best mattress deal or you'll get $1,000 free. I'm Neil with the deal and I won't be beat. Call 1-800-GO-LEEDS.
Start something fab. Celebrate 5 years of the Beatles' love by Cirque du Soleil. Save $100 on a deluxe room for 2 nights, 2 Love Show tickets, and poolside cabana for the day. Call or book online. The Mirage Vegas starts here.
When I want it fixed fast, I take it to Fast Fix.
For expert jewelry repair.
When I want it fixed fast, I take it to Fast Fix.
For precision watch repair.
When I want it fast, I go to Fast Fix.
For watch batteries replaced.
When I want to fix it fast, I take it to Fast Fix.
For quick eyewear repair.
When I want it fast, I go to Fast Fix.
For a wide selection of great gifts.
When I want it fixed fast, I go to Fast Fix.
Over 20 locations locally, with one at a mall near you.
When you smile, the world smiles back. Introducing Crest 3D White Enamel Renewal Toothpaste. It not only removes up to 90% of surface stains in just 2 weeks, it also strengthens and rebuilds your enamel.
So, where are you getting off?
3 stops back.
New Crest 3D White Enamel Renewal Toothpaste. Life opens up when you do. And try Crest 3D White Rinse.
We've got the beat that you've been looking for. Yes, Ross has unbeatable savings in store.
Don't miss a beat. Get on over to Ross. You'll find the latest styles, the brands you love. But what you won't find are those ridiculously high prices you'd pay at the mall.
It's the beat that you've been looking for. Yes, Ross has unbeatable
Ross, unbeatable.
Who's your car's best friend? Gasoline that cleans. Chevron with Techron. Care for your car.
At 6:15, it's 53 degrees here in Studio City. So let's take a look at your weather right now. You do see some clouds rolling across the landscape. We are looking at a cloudy morning in some cases, and temperature-wise, we're down a little bit as a storm system moves into the west coast. 40s right now through Riverside County, 50s down by the coast in Dana Point, 54 there, 51 in Lake Forest. In the basin, it's the mid-50s, mild morning. It's not too bad out there. It's not too chilly. 53 in Sierra Madre. Up to the north now, you head up to Santa Clarita. Well, that's a little different story. 44, yeah, that's a little cool. 39, we're into the 30s up at Gorman at the top of the pass. 50s and 40s through the high desert right now. 46 through Apple Valley, 49 in Adelanto. Wind's not too bad on this side of the high desert, although it is a little breezy as you make your way towards Lancaster and Palmdale this morning. Well, what's going on? We've got this low pressure trough moving right into the west coast right now, pulling up some moisture here for the south right now. So remember, the air circulates around a low pressure center counterclockwise. So we're pulling up this moisture here, and it's in the form of that cloud cover that we're seeing to the south. And then it's stretching into Riverside and San Bernardino County this morning. We also have a strong onshore flow meaning the winds that go over the cool ocean waters and move onshore. And that helps to kick up the marine layer that we are seeing this morning. Clear skies inland, though, so it's not too bad. Here's where the low is. This is going to move inland as we make our way through the next several hours. We have a tight pressure gradient between the high and the low here, and that just means it's going to be windy. So we're going to see some gusty winds. Staying below advisories right now, but that could change, and we will keep you on top of that. High pressure ridge bumping over here, and that's what's going to warm us up for the end of the week. End of the week actually looking really nice now. All right, let's take a quick look here at the southwest for our travel forecast. It's something we do every morning here. Some low coastal clouds out there, 67 degrees out by the beach, but we make our trip over to the desert, and it actually looks like a decent day as you make your way towards Las Vegas and up towards San Francisco. So first we'll stop in Las Vegas, where temperatures are going to be into the 80s today, 88 degrees. Some clouds out there, not too bad, and it might be just a little gusty, but not as bad as, certainly not as bad as it could be. Up to the north in San Francisco, however, as that storm system pushes up to the north, could see some delays, could see some problems because we are looking at rain and temperatures only topping out at about 58 degrees. Okay, that is a look at your forecast. Now, let's get a look at the roads again with Whitney Drolan. What's up, Whit?
Well, you know what, Josh? This is what you were talking about the other day. We just want to give everybody full warning. We'll be warning you many, many times in July, the 16th and the 17th. We're going to have a full freeway closure on the north and the southbound side of the 405. That's between the San Fernando Valley and the west side. You're going to want to use the 101, the 5, or you can take the canyons, Coldwater Canyon, or you can take Laurel Canyon.
Very big deal. This freaked me out this weekend. So Pay attention.
It's going to be fine. It's not the end of days, folks. I'm going to come in and work that weekend. We're going to get you around it. You're going to be okay. Taking a look at the 405 here through the Sepulveda Pass. Light tap on the brakes there. It looks like that 101 through the San Fernando Valley in fantastic shape. And the 210-1060 out there in the San Gabriel Valley. All three in relatively good shape. It looks like right now the 210 is going to be your best bet. All right, Kent and Lisa, back to you.
Whitney, thanks so much. On our Money Watch this morning, President Obama meeting with House Republicans today after they staged a defeat of a hike in the nation's debt ceiling. And this morning, it's also all about jobs. The ADP unemployment report has just been released. CBS 2's Carter Evans is live at the NASDAQ. Morning, Carter.
So here's the thing, Kent. The economy is still adding jobs, just not nearly the numbers we need to be seeing. ADP says 38,000 private sector jobs were added in May. Much worse than analyst predictions. Economists were expecting somewhere around 170,000 jobs. The service sector is showing the most hires. Jobs at large companies declined, along with construction jobs and jobs in financial services. The government going to release that all-important employment report on Friday. And lawmakers in Washington are saying no to a blanket increase of the debt ceiling. In a political move, Republican leaders put the measure up for a vote yesterday to show that any attempt to increase the debt ceiling without reducing spending will not make it through Congress. Every House Republican voted no on their own measure. Democrats call the move a dangerous political stunt that could rattle financial markets. Meanwhile, Democratic Senators Barbara Boxer and Bob Casey of Pennsylvania, well, they sent a letter to Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner. They're urging him now to stop payment on lawmakers' paychecks if Congress fails to raise the debt ceiling by August 2nd. Now on to the Titanic. The economy and the Titanic, huh? Fitting. As if the movie wasn't realistic enough. Now you can see the real thing as long as you're willing to sink $60,000. There's an LA luxury concierge firm called Bluefish, I know. It's offering submarine trips to the Titanic. There are 20 paid spots available. The money helps pay for scientific research. If you just want to stay topside, it's $10,000 to tag along on the expedition. Oh, wait, yeah, the finders keepers rule does not apply on this one. You cannot keep any artifacts.
Got it, Carter. Thanks so much. Cool story. 6:20 right now. Coming up next on CBS 2 News at 6 a.m. Honeymoon secrets shared from the Royal Rendezvous.
Yep, Gary and Lisa at KEarth 101 reveal Will and Kate's focus on certain types of food. We'll explain.
I'm Mike Case in Sky 2 over San Pedro. A special weapons call out from an earlier high-risk search warrant here in San Pedro. We've got the very latest details, what the scene looks like here, when we come back with more CBS 2 News.
What if you could have the integrity?
Don't mince words. How much jeopardy is the economy in?
The experience.
The trouble is that you're a con man.
The world-class original reporting of 60 Minutes. Every weeknight.
General, you are talking about building a country.
Well, now you can. The CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley begins Monday only on CBS, America's most watched network.
I know. I am going to invent a tool where people can enter the terms of the refinance offer they got from their mortgage guy and know instantly if they're getting bamboozled. And I will start after lunch. Tomorrow.
Don't just think about it. Introducing LendingTree's free Look Before You Lock tool. Enter the terms of your existing loan offer to instantly find out how it compares to other offers, areas you may be overpaying, and even negotiation points to help you get a better deal. Only at LendingTree.
What a deal! I can afford it all. I can't believe it.
Here's another amazing deal from Anna's. Bedna bags, only $29.99, any size. Each one includes a bed skirt, fitted sheet, flat sheet, pillowcases, comforter, and shams. These Bedna bags sell for $100 at department stores, but at Anna's, they're only $29.99, any size. Stay on budget and make your bedroom beautiful today.
I love Anna's.
Grab the net! Some things you just can't let go of.
This is the network, a network of possibilities. In here, TV follows you. In here, doctors see you before you get to the hospital. It's the AT&T network, and we're planning to combine with T-Mobile to deliver a better, stronger network, adding thousands of new cell sites to deliver better service and the most advanced mobile broadband experience.
K-Earth 101.
At 6:23 right now, Gary Bryan and Lisa Stanley, the K-Earth 101 Morning Show.
The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge just back now from their royal honeymoon in the Seychelles off the east coast of Africa, an island chain. Now everyone's buzzing about what they requested to eat while they were there.
Here it is, Vanity Fair is spilling their honeymoon dining secrets. So what was so special on the menu, guys?
Well, it's Brussels sprouts and cream cheese.
You're
And
kidding.
the Brussels sprouts, they say, are high in folic acid, which helps with fertility. But I say it helps with the gas, if you know what I mean.
Hello.
I'm just saying, if you've ever ate a Brussels sprout, you know they're a little gassy.
All right, okay, yeah, right, fine. Yeah, Lisa, I'm just saying, says Lisa. Well, of all the things to take on a honeymoon, or not take, but to request, Brussels sprouts and cream cheese, this is the best they can come up with?
You know, it sounds like they're taking no chances. They want to have that royal air. But, you know, I've got 4 kids, Kent. I mean, I could eat a Snickers bar and it's, I have another day. So,
You guys, now we got to figure out if they drank orange and pico tea and green tea, because that's supposed to also aid in chances of getting pregnant. So we got to find that out.
I think she's doing whatever she can, because I think old Queenie said, make the baby.
And you know what? When the Queen speaks, Lisa, we all listen.
That is correct.
Thanks, folks. Check out KRF 101, the morning show with Gary Bryan and Lisa Stanley. Brussels sprouts and cream cheese.
Yep.
Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 10 a.m.
I just feel like putting it all on a bagel right now.
Not together.
And it's 6:25 right now. Here's what's coming up in the next half hour of CBS 2 News at 6 a.m.
I'm Christine Lazar, live downtown. The prime suspect in the beating of a Giants fan is also a suspect in another attempted murder.
I'm Kirk Hawkins, live in Exposition Park at the final destination of Space Shuttle Endeavour, where a fundraising mission is now underway.
Okay, it's Hump Day, halfway through the week. We are talking about temperatures that are on the cooler side today, but warming up for Friday. I'll tell you about that today.
And some construction taking place on Pacific Coast Highway that could slow you up. And a live look here at the eastbound 91 at Wilmington. Look at the westbound side. Really heavy out there.
It is indeed. Thanks, Whitney. It's all next to CBS 2 News at 6 a.m.
Look outside. It's grow time. So let's plant some perennials that'll turn up every year. Trees and shrubs to give us depth, and fill it out with flowers placed in just the perfect place. Let's start at the place with the right plants, people, and prices. What do you say we plant a weekend, water it, and watch a summer spring up? More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, Roundup Weed and Grass Killer or Ortho Weed Be Gone Max is just $8.88.
Technology you've never seen before, anywhere, ever. Which raises a good point. If you're going to buy a new luxury car, shouldn't there be something new about it?
Visit your local Lincoln dealer for this exceptional lease offer, plus 4 years complimentary maintenance on Lincoln MKX.
It's not just luxury, it's smarter than that.
For sheds and garages with strong features, turn to the Tough Shed family of buildings. These ranches are a well-put-together group. These barns are a tall bunch with classic good looks. Does your building have Tough Shed DNA? Add a Tough Shed building to your backyard. This month, save 40, 50, even 60% on options. 7 factory direct locations in Southern California to serve you. Call 1-800-BUY-TOUGH for the store nearest you and visit us online at toughshed.com.
Oh, hi! I'm Coupon Susie. I'm helping my friends save with free coupons from my website.
Susie's right. I just log on to couponsusie.com, select the brands my family likes, and print coupons for free.
Okay, let's go shopping.
I'm saving on great brands because my family deserves the best.
Why would you shop without coupons?
I just saved over $30.
Start saving today. Log on to couponsusie.com. Print at home. Save where you shop. couponsusie.com.
TGI Fridays presents 3 courses for 2 people for $20. Share an appetizer like a fresh shrimp cocktail. Choose 2 entrees from our right portion, right price menu. Try the petite sirloin with your choice of 2 sides. Pepper-crusted pork chop with onion rings and creamy mashed potatoes. Spicy dragonfire chicken or our mouthwatering shrimp Key West. And choose a delectable dessert. Enjoy our 3 courses for 2 people for only $20. Anytime is a great time. Lunch, dinner, or late night.
In high definition, this is CBS 2 News at 6 a.m.
Breaking news, a barricaded suspect and a neighborhood evacuated in San Pedro.
Then, only on CBS 2, explosive new claims against this man, the prime suspect in the Giants fan beating case.
And Space Shuttle Endeavour returns to the Kennedy Space Center. Then it will head to Southern California.
Good morning and welcome back to CBS 2 News at 6 a.m. Wednesday morning, 1st of June. I'm Kent Schockman.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Lisa Siegel in for Sabila Vargas.
Our top story on CBS 2 News is breaking news right now. We're live this morning in San Pedro, where an LAPD SWAT team has evacuated a neighborhood. This is how the scene looks from the ground. You can see the police tape up and the huge police presence there, all the squad cars. There's a possible murder suspect who may be barricaded inside an apartment right here in your shot. Mike Case is overhead at the controls of Sky 2 over San Pedro with the latest. Mike?
Kent, good morning. Here's what we understand right now. Yesterday morning, 28-year-old Armando Torres Lozano Jr. was shot and killed in his home on the 2600 block of South Alma here in San Pedro, just west of Gaffey. Now, homicide investigators made a follow-up and determined they wanted to serve a high-risk search warrant, which means they possibly had an armed suspect that they were going to serve a search warrant here near 26th and Alma. That happened at 3 o'clock this morning. From that time on, they called in a SWAT team. Right now, what we're looking at, what you've seen from the air and the ground, is a large police presence, as you mentioned. There's a command post set up on 25th Street, and they have evacuated about a half a block east of Alma Street on 25th and 26th. Fire department, rescue paramedics standing by, no injuries that we hear. They may be throwing in some tear gas here momentarily, but again, a SWAT situation for an armed, barricaded suspect in relation to a murder that occurred yesterday morning here in San Pedro near 26th and Alma. We'll stay on top of this, keep you updated throughout the morning. I'm Mike Case up at Sky 2. Back to you.
Mike Case, always staying on top of it. Thanks a lot, Mike. And let's take a look at our weather here this morning. We are talking about temperatures that'll be a little bit cooler than what we had yesterday. You do see some clouds streaming from the south to the north. In fact, after kind of a cloudy start to folks down in South OC, we're seeing some of that high cloud cover move out as we speak. Still some patchy fog and low coastal clouds out there. Do have a heavy surf advisory to go along with that as well. That's for south-facing beaches and southwest-facing beaches for basically all the counties in our viewing area. What does that mean? Well, it's a combination of that southerly swell with a high astronomical tide, and we're talking about 6 to 8 foot sets with max sets at about 10 feet, and that's until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, so be careful if you are headed out to the beach to do some surfing. All right, with a look at traffic right now, we've got Whitney Droland. What's going on, Whit? D.
Thank you so much, Josh R. Well, you know what? It's been pretty quiet this morning, I have to say. And if you were trying to decide if you should take the 101 or the 5 right now, it really doesn't matter which one you choose. They are both running in tip-top shape, 62 miles per hour, 55 miles per hour. So you're going to get top speeds on both right now. Pacific Coast Highway in the southbound direction between Temescal Canyon and Entrada, we have a major construction project going on there. It's the Coastal Interceptor Relief Sewer Project, and it will take place between now until August of 2011. As I said, it's the southbound side that is affected between Temescal Canyon and Entrada. 1 to 2 lanes blocked, so expect delays there. Your northbound commute will not be affected, though. Getting a slight tap on the brakes here on the 405 in the northbound direction through Lakewood, 33 miles per hour, your top speeds there. All in all, everything in pretty good shape. And as we take a live look outside, our Caltrans camera showing us the eastbound 10 at Washington, east and west in fantastic shape right now. Lisa and Kent, back to you.
All right, thank you, Whitney. It's a story you'll see only on CBS 2, a shocking development regarding the suspect in the Dodger Stadium beating case. Giovanni Ramirez is the suspect in an attempted murder in Nevada. And today, the LAPD is set to give him a polygraph test. CBS 2's Christine Lazar, we've got live downtown with more details. Good morning, Christine.
Good morning, Lisa. We understand that lie detector test will take place here on the 3rd floor of Parker Center this afternoon. And we also know that his attorneys say they handed over about several pages of evidence, 11 different alibi witnesses, as well as cell phone records. They say Ramirez is innocent, but we have found out that Ramirez is a suspect in yet another attempted murder.
2 months before Brian Stowe was nearly beaten to death at Dodger Stadium, a source confirms that Giovanni Ramirez is a named suspect in a Nevada shooting. CBS 2 and KCAL 9 obtained this police report from Henderson, Nevada. That's just 20 miles from Las Vegas, which identifies a man named Giovanni Ramirez as one of 2 suspects in the shooting. While Giovanni is spelled differently, possibly a clerical error, his birth date and suspect description match. According to our source, it was a premeditated shooting, with suspect Giovanni Ramirez trying to retaliate for the 2005 death of his daughter, a death that the child's uncle admits going to prison for. The report says on January 19th of this year, the suspect named Ramirez and another man went to this home in Henderson, claiming to be police officers with badges. According to the police report, the man identified as being Ramirez was seen wearing a black hoodie-type jacket with a blue LA Dodgers baseball cap. We asked LAPD Chief Charlie Beck about other police jurisdictions possibly looking at Ramirez.
It's not only a complicated case, but this Ramirez has a complicated life, so we're trying to resolve those issues.
So it wouldn't be false to say that he has problems out of state that you're aware of?
It would not be false.
This new information comes on the heels of a scheduled lie detector test for Ramirez today. His family and defense attorney insist he is being wrongly accused for the Dodger Stadium beating on opening day and have demanded he take the test to prove his innocence.
And Chief Charlie Beck says they're really taking their time with charging Ramirez for Stowe's beating. That's because he's being held right now on a parole violation. They say he had a gun on him when they arrested him, and also the address that he was at was not the address that he had registered with police. So they say he'll probably be in jail for that for about a year, so they can really take their time before they hand over all their evidence to the DA's office. Live downtown, I'm Christine Lazar, CBS 2 News.
Building their case. Christine, thanks. It's 6:34 right now. Space Shuttle Endeavour is back on Earth for good. This is how it looked as it landed overnight at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, coming in, gliding in, no engines at this point, and no more missions for NASA's newest orbiter, except for one, a trip right here to Los Angeles, where Endeavour's going to go on permanent display. This morning, CBS News' Kirk Hawkins is live at the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Kirk, clear away some space. They're going to need it where you are.
I think you're right, definitely, Kent. You know, a lot of space, in fact, $200 million worth of space. More on that in just a moment. But the fundraising mission here at the California Science Center is very much underway. Officials say that they're even making progress. All of this after that major mission came to an end just a few hours ago. Take a look.
Main gear touchdown.
Shuttle Endeavour glided onto the tarmac at Kennedy Space Center early this morning. The shuttle's 6-member crew spent more than 2 weeks in orbit. Astronauts conducted 4 spacewalks and installed a $2 billion physics experiment on the International Space Station. It was the shuttle's 25th and final mission. The shuttle's next stop will be here at the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Officials say they're now brainstorming fundraising ideas for that new exhibit.
I think the response has been so positive that we've heard in the initial discussions with people that I think we'll get there.
The California Science Center says it will cost $29 million to bring the shuttle to Exposition Park next year. A new exhibit will take 5 years to build and cost close to $200 million. That's the figure I was talking about. The museum was chosen 7 weeks ago as the new home for Endeavour. And Space Shuttle Atlantis is now standing by at what's called the Vehicle Assembly Building at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. It's scheduled to head to the International Space Station now on July 8th, and that is the final mission of the shuttle fleet. Live in Exposition Park, Kirk Hawkins, CBS 2 News.
All right, thank you, Kirk. And moments ago, the Endeavour astronauts held a news conference and talked about their mission in greater detail. The astronauts spoke at Kennedy Space Center after a standard medical exam. They say they're feeling great after a mission that involved very high risk and some very high-tech operations.
We installed the alpha magnetic spectrometer on flight day 4 of the mission, which was a pretty exciting milestone for us. It'll be a new day for astrophysics and space to have a very high-tech cosmic particle detector outside the Earth's atmosphere. Dr. Ting
And Captain Kelly says he has not yet spoken to his wife, Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, because he said she is still sleeping right now. And as you know, she is recovering from an assassination attempt back in January.
Time right now is 6:37, just about to turn 6:38 on this Wednesday morning. And coming up on CBS 2 News at 6 a.m., the FAA preparing to step up the legal fight against people who shine lasers into cockpits.
But we've also got last night's winning Mega Millions numbers from the midweek drawing with a jackpot of $12 million, 28, 30, 31, 37, 55, and the Mega Ball 13. Now, no tickets with all 6 numbers were sold, so the jackpot for Friday's drawing grows to $15 million.
Good morning, I'm Mike Case up at Sky 2, a tugboat and his wingman. Who knew? They're headed out to a big container ship. We're in the San Pedro Harbor. We'll be back with more CBS 2 News.
Stater Brothers is celebrating 75 years of service with you, our valued customers. Get more for less every day at every store. This week, don't miss out on any size package of fresh New York steak, a real deal at $4.77 a pound. California-grown large yellow peaches are a sweet buy at just 99 cents a pound. And the 18-count carton of Stater Brothers large grade AA eggs is now our lowest price of the year at only $1.49. Stater Brothers, where you always get more for less.
Catch all your CBS primetime shows, presented locally by Chevron with Techron. Go to cbs.com/lovetheroad to go behind the scenes with the incredible cast and crew and memorable cars from the best of CBS primetime. And while you're there, enter the Love the Road sweepstakes for a chance to win an ultimate road trip package, which includes a $500 Chevron gift card. Chevron with Techron. Care for your car.
What if the commercial you were watching helped put people back to work? Save taxpayer money? Even help the environment? Now it can. Because when you see this symbol on CBS advertisers, you'll know they contributed to green initiatives in your community. Just look for the leaf.
I'm sure you know by now that when you call 1-800-DENTIST, we can help you find a pre-screened dentist that's close to you and can do exactly what you need. It only makes sense, right? And unlike the Yellow Pages, we can also give you their office hours, information on their background, special training, and more. Well, now if you like, we can also directly connect you to the office or email you a map and directions. Come on, how much easier do I have to make it? Call us today.
It's Sit and Sleep's first ever double grand opening sale, celebrating the grand opening of our 2 new superstores in Costa Mesa and Agoura Hills. Double the savings on all the best brands with savings of up to 50% off. Double the financing with not just 1 year interest-free, but 2. And double the value, not just free delivery and free freight, but also free pad and 2 free pillows. So for big savings, hurry in on the double during Sit and Sleep's double grand opening sale. Sit and Sleep will beat anyone's advertised price or your mattress is free!
Good morning. The time is 6:41, and it's the early show, 7 to 9 a.m. right after our CBS 2 News wraps up.
Yep, Chris Raggi joins us now live from New York with a preview. Good morning, Chris.
Morning, Chris.
Ken, Lisa, good morning to the both of you. Coming up on the early show, safe landing. Shuttle Endeavour is on the ground for good after its final mission. We'll look at what's next for NASA as it ends manned missions coming up this July. Plus, trouble in the cockpit 2 years after the crash of Air France Flight 447. Captain Sully Sullenberger tells us what happened in that cockpit will resonate for generations of flyers. In storm warnings, Marisol Castro was in Galveston, Texas this morning on the first day of hurricane season. She's going to update us on the conditions in Galveston almost 3 years after Hurricane Ike hit back in 2008. That's all coming up on the early show. Kent, Lisa, back to you.
All right, thank you, Chris. And remember to watch the early show weekdays 7 to 9 a.m. right after CBS 2 News at 6 a.m.
Disturbing story right here. The number of incidents in which people have pointed laser beams shining into cockpits of airplanes and helicopters nearly doubled last year. Federal transportation officials are expected to announce later on today stiffer penalties and fines for the crime. Even Sky 2 has been targeted. The Federal Aviation Administration says there were more than 2,800 laser incidents last year. Lasers, of course, can blind or at the very least distract pilots, damage their eyesight as they're trying to fly through the skies.
Well, the time is 6:42. Coming up on CBS 2 News at 6 a.m., the Dodgers get paid. Frank McCourt does make payroll, heading off Major League Baseball for now.
And it is time for your weather quiz question here on this hump day, halfway through the week. Okay, when the universe expands too much, some scientists believe it's going to collapse. What's the theory behind this? Is it called the big stretch, the big rip, the big fly apart, or the big crunch? The answer coming up.
Something big. And coming up in Time Saver Traffic, we'll check your commute through the new Hall Pass on the 14 and the 5.
Good morning, I'm Mike Case up at Sky 2, Cabrillo Beach, where the LA County teaches their rocks, rips, and reefs class twice a year. You got to take advantage of it if you like to dive. We'll be back with more CBS 2 News.
When you need to know, count on KNX 1070 News Radio for the most up-to-date news, business, sports, traffic, and weather.
KNX 1070 News Radio.
Let's do this.
On June 10th,
The thrill race is on.
start your summer with a blast. Judy Moody and the Not Bummer Summer is a thrilladelic movie for the entire family.
You are sick. Sick awesome.
Fantastic.
Whoa.
Ooh. Hilarious.
Ta-da.
5 stars.
Rare.
No matter how you get there,
Go, go, go.
take your whole family to Judy Moody and the Not Bummer Summer. Rated PG.
Marie Callender's burgers are big, juicy, and delicious. And when they come with fries and a slice of pie, they're pure burger heaven for only $10.99. Like the spicy Cabo San Lucas burger, zesty barbecue cheddar, or mushroom onion and Swiss, each with golden fries and a slice of our famous pie. Marie's Burger Combos, deliciously priced at only $10.99. Now at Marie Callender's and Callender's Grill. And with Marie Callender's Whole Pie to Go sale, take home Marie's Dreamy Pies for only $7.99.
More people choose Ashley Furniture Home Store.
When Ashley Furniture Home Store says get more without paying more, they really
mean it. During our biggest Memorial Day celebration ever. Save 20% off everything in the store. Plus, no interest, no minimum purchase, no down payment if paid in full within 24 months. This sale is so big, we had to extend it. Don't miss amazing deals throughout the store. For one more week only. Sale ends Monday, June 6th at 9 p.m. Hurry into any one of our 10 convenient locations.
Catch all the day's best sports action. Watch Sports Central nightly on KCAL 9. Brought to you by the award-winning 2011 Hyundai Elantra. With a 40 miles per gallon standard EPA fuel rating, the Elantra is taking the league by storm. Find out more at mysocalhyundai.com.
Start your Vegas tomorrow, next weekend, or in a few hours at the Mirage with the Beatles Love by Cirque du Soleil, a volcano out front, and white tigers in the back. Book it now. Vegas starts here.
CBS 2 News brought to you by the Mirage. Vegas starts here. Book online at mirage.com. Now, the Lexus opening bell.
Good morning. The time is 6:46. Wall Street certainly knew how to end May after a down month. The Dow closed up by 128 points yesterday, so that was a nice rally. Let's take a look this morning live at the New York Stock Exchange Big Board. Investors taking a cue early this morning from that lackluster report on the jobs market just out this morning. The Dow is down 45 points, currently trading at 12,525.
And again, the time is 6:40. Anyone have a coin, you guys? No?
No.
No coins? No coins? Today is...
I've made it a practice never to bring change to the set.
Today is National Coin Flipping Day.
Where do you get this information?
I just get it, and I want to share it with everybody.
Wait a minute, I'm the one with the useless information.
Oh, wait, no, I got it.
Okay.
So we'll flip a coin for weather. Who knows?
All right, we will.
If you feel lucky, flip a coin.
We are looking at a beautiful day out across Southern California, at least a beautiful looking day. We are going to get rid of that cloud cover. We do have some temperatures that are on the cooler side. Hey, why don't we head down to Cabrillo Beach?
Oh, he's rocking the boat.
Settle
I don't like
down.
where this is going.
Kayaker there. What's he doing?
Fish, where are you, fish?
Darn you. Come to my pole.
Jump onto the line.
All right, there it is. Sky 2. Mike Case, a beautiful view there. Thank you, Mike. What's going on up there?
Hey, Josh, we were just flipping a coin as to whether this guy was going to fall out of the boat or catch a fish first. We weren't sure. This is Cabrillo Beach right outside of the kelp. But you know what? As we look left, we can see all the way to Pebbly Beach Heliport at Catalina, 26.5 miles or so. Beautiful day here.
Cool. I'm sure that they appreciate the helicopter overhead. Does wonders for the fishing, doesn't it? Okay, let's talk about your weather quiz today. Mike, you guys can participate up there in Sky 2. When the universe expands too much, which scientists believe it will, it's going to collapse. It's a long time from now, so don't worry. It's not going to happen next week. We have to deal with the 405 first. What is the theory? Is it the big stretch, the big rip, the big fly apart, or the big crunch? The answer coming up after we give you a little bit of weather here. 54 in Anaheim, 47 degrees down in Oceanside. Waking up with some low clouds here and there, but all in all, it's going to be a decent day. Temperatures down just a little bit from yesterday. We've got this trough that's pushing into the west coast right now. A lot of the action up to the north, Northern California, and up in the Pacific Northwest. And actually it's going to rain through San Francisco, maybe even stretching as far south as San Luis Obispo County. So for us, though, we just see an increased onshore flow, that sea breeze. Eventually, we will warm it up for the rest of the week here. Thursday and Friday actually looking a little bit better. There's the center of the low and this trough in place. We got a tight pressure gradient between the low and the high. It just means we are looking at gusty conditions between these two pressure centers. That high pressure now moving in the middle of the nation where, of course, we're pulling up that tropical moisture. It's unbearable to the southeast. We're talking about record-breaking heat there, while we deal with moderate conditions here and actually temperatures continuing below average. This high pressure bumps in behind this low, and that's where we're going to see just a little bit of a warm-up on Thursday and Friday. So here's how it plays out. Today, a little cooler than yesterday, hovering in the low 70s, upper 60s. Tomorrow, we bump it up a little bit and warm it up a little bit. But then that low right there cools us off for the weekend. All right, what do you think the theory is? You know, of course, the Big Bang was how the universe started. What do we think on this particular theory? You think it's the Big Rip. The sound effects are absolutely correct, Ken. Thank you very much. It is the Big Rip. Okay, with a look at our traffic right now, Whitney Drolan, get us by.
All right, no big rip out there on the roadways, nothing stretching, everything pretty much status quo. It's been pretty quiet thus far in the traffic department. As we look at your commute on the 14 and the 5 through the Newhall Pass, we are seeing some slowing, a slight tap on the brakes here in the southbound direction on that 14 as you approach the 5, 34 miles per hour, your top speeds there. 5 in great shape right now, 405 through the San Fernando Valley and the Sepulveda Pass, very slow, 16 miles per hour, your top speeds according to our sensors in that southbound direction. And that 101 through the San Fernando Valley in the southbound direction starting to load up as well. It looks like you will get relief though once you cross over that 405. The 110 and the 710. 110 looking very slow in the northbound direction as you can see as you make your way towards downtown, 21 miles per hour. And that 710, 40 miles per hour in the northbound direction right now. Your ride into downtown starting to load up on you. Westbound 10 just before the 710, we do have a motorcycle crash. It actually is blocking the carpool lane right now. This motorcycle driver did hit the center divider. We know that there are some injuries involved here as well. So westbound 10 just before the 710. Don't take that carpool lane. Not going to be your best bet right now. Blocked due to that crash. 5 out of Norwalk starting to slow as well. 37 miles per hour. Your top speeds out there. So definitely plan ahead. A slight tap on the brakes there as well. And finally, a live look through Corona. 91 at Maple. Westbound commute very heavy also. Eastbound commute in good shape. Lisa Kent, over to you.
All right, Whitney, thanks. 10 minutes till 7 a.m. right now. And a report just out this morning shows the Los Angeles Dodgers owner, Frank McCourt, did in fact meet yesterday's payroll, even though some observers hadn't expected him to be able to pay all the bills for his team. The Dodgers payroll for the last half of May was just under $10 million. Still, though, McCourt's money problems could get worse in June because this month, Manny Ramirez will be owed $6 million in deferred compensation. If the Dodgers can't make the payroll this month, Major League Baseball still could seize the team.
Well, Kent, Jorn van der Sloot needs a new lawyer as he faces murder charges in Peru. Attorney Maximo Altez withdrew from the criminal case yesterday. Altez says he and van der Sloot have a difference of opinion on the defense strategy. Now, van der Sloot has been charged with first-degree murder and robbery in the death of Peruvian business student Stephanie Flores. He is also a suspect, a longtime suspect in the 2005 disappearance of Natalie Holloway, an American teen who went missing during a trip to Aruba. Van der Sloot is scheduled to appear in court next week. A renewed effort to keep film and TV production in Hollywood. Today, the California Film Commission will dole out the state's next $100 million round of tax credits to some lucky productions. Now, hundreds of applications will be dropped off. Then at 3 p.m., the commission will lock its doors and stage a lottery. CHP officers will be on hand to ensure transparency. Lucky productions will receive tax credits for the next 12 months.
Some simple steps right now could mean a lot more money in your wallet when it's time for retirement. We're going to show you how to avoid common retirement mistakes. Make sure you are financially secure for the future no matter what your age. Never too soon to start planning. That's tomorrow on CBS 2 News between 4:30 and 7 a.m.
And the time right now is 6:52. Next on CBS 2 News at 6 a.m. Well, yep, you could say he dropped the ball as a dad and a Dodger fan when he dropped his daughter while dropping a ball.
Yeah, ow. If you're headed out the door right now, you can get the latest traffic and weather together on your morning commute on KNX 1070 News Radio.
Good morning, I'm Mike Case up at Sky 2, one of our favorite airports, Torrance Airport, the home of Robinson Helicopters. We've got a final check of traffic and weather, our top stories when we come back with more CBS 2 News.
Hi, I'm Coupon Susie. This is Brenda's grocery list. This could be Brenda's grocery list after going to couponsusie.com. See the difference? Come on, I'll show you. Just go to couponsusie.com. Every week, choose from hundreds of free coupons you print at home. You can even save with codes for online shopping. Save as much as $40 or more every week. The savings go on and on. Print at home. Save where you shop. couponsusie.com.
I'm Christine Lazar, live at Parker Center, where this afternoon the prime suspect in the beating of Brian Stowe will take a lie detector test. Suspect Giovanni Ramirez has requested this test to prove his innocence. CBS 2 has also learned that Ramirez is a suspect in yet another attempted murder, this one in Nevada. Live in downtown LA, I'm Christine Lazar, CBS 2 News.
I'm Kirk Hawkins, live at the California Science Center in Exposition Park. This is the future home of Space Shuttle Endeavour. The shuttle landed early this morning at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Museum officials say they're making progress in raising $29 million to bring the shuttle here next year. A new exhibit will cost $200 million and take 5 years to build. Live in Exposition Park, Kirk Hawkins, CBS 2 News.
The repeat drunk driver accused of killing an Orange County teenager faces arraignment today. Orange County deputies say Austin Farley was driving drunk and ran a red light, causing a crash at Culver Drive and Irvine Boulevard on Saturday. Now 14-year-old Ashton Sweet died from her injuries yesterday. Her friend Krista Marassa is still in critical condition. Farley could be charged with murder if convicted of DUI again.
Today, medical examiners are hoping to determine the cause of the unexpected death of fashion mogul Jonas Bavacqua. The body of the 34-year-old entrepreneur was found Tuesday in his Laguna Beach home. Bavacqua co-founded the popular street clothing brand LRG, which became a major fashion force among young people. Police do not suspect foul play. They are awaiting results of an autopsy.
And at 6:57, we are looking at a day that will include some sunshine and some clouds. We're looking inland right now. You do see some high clouds across the landscape. Temperature-wise, we're going to be into the low 70s and mid-70s out there. We will work out the rest of the forecast with temperatures getting into the mid to upper 70s by Friday. Actually, Friday looking like a nice day, especially in the valleys, which will reach into the 80s. We cool it off a little bit more over the weekend as another trough moves into the west coast, and then they'll kick up some clouds and give us some winds as well. So that's kind of what we are looking at as we round out the rest of this work week and the beginning of June. Yes, it's June 1st. All right, what's going on with our traffic this morning? Whitney Drolan has been monitoring the situation all morning long.
Yes, I have. We're going to go live to Sky 2 right now. We do have a crash on the 91 here. We're going to send it up to Mike Case with the latest. This is at Long Beach Boulevard.
Drive out of Paramount, really busy this morning, Whitney. Here's a way not to make a lot of friends on the 91 freeway. When you have a fender bender, keep it in the middle lanes. Not good. Moving off to the right if there's no injuries. Whitney?
Yes, as you can see, 4 cars involved, so that's going to slow you up just a bit. Always pull over to the right if you get into a crash. Westbound 10 past Atlantic, 2 lanes remain blocked there due to a motorcycle crash and a lot of slowing there as a result, as you can see. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Whitney. A Dodger fan, and he's also a dad, is getting hammered on the internet for a blunder at the ballpark.
It's all caught on tape. Watch closely. Here it is.
Oh, here comes the foul ball. What happened to the kid?
Yeah, watch it again. He dropped his daughter when he went to catch a foul ball. Yep, then he dropped the ball.
Hey, oh, hey.
He lost the kid and the ball.
All of this happening over the weekend at the Dodgers-Florida Marlins game. We can laugh because the girl wasn't hurt. Her dad was able to tickle his way out of the situation. She doesn't look very happy about it, though, but she's going to get a lot of attention. There's
Father of the year.
Yeah. It goes down into the books as an error, not the baseball books, but back at home. You can bet it certainly is.
He learned, but you got to use 2 hands, so you understand when you're catching.
On the ball or the kid?
Well, for my wife, it's you hold the child with 2 hands, But.
Such good advice there.
We want to show you a picture from outside in Southern California today. We're cooling down just a bit. It is real pretty. Sky 2 flying over that thin deck of clouds. Nice way to start the day. We want to thank you for watching CBS 2 News at 6 a.m. And remember, we're always on at cbsla.com.
We hope you have an incredible morning. The early show starts right now.